Plate tectonics.
They have been around for millions of years, but have only been discovered in the past few centuries. They are pieces that fit perfectly together like a puzzle and mark where each continent was once joined to form the supercontinent Pangaea. They provide masses of missing information that links back to not only our history but the history of most fauna and flora on Earth. While it is still just an idea that says the outer layer of the Earth is divided into plates that move around, we can clearly see evidence throughout history that show that plate tectonics really do indeed exist. The Earth has been changing over the last 200 million years, transforming into what we know now. Just looking at the history of animals and plants and where the continents were once joined makes us realize what Earth really looked like all those millions of years ago. From the deep ocean bottom to the highest snowy mountains, plate tectonics explain the different formations of the Earth and help us make sense of our history. Plate tectonics is a theory that the outer layer is divided into smaller plates that glide over the mantle. It was developed throughout the 1950s into the 1970s, but was first proposed by a scientist named Alfred Wegener in 1912. However, Wegener didn't have enough proof to back up his theory, and so it was often rejected by other scientists. Alfred Wegener proposed that millions of years ago, there was a massive landform that was surrounded by ocean. When no one believed him, he went on to publish a book called The Origins of Continents and Ocean. However, now that we have more advanced technology, we can measure not only where the continents were once connected in place, but how far apart they are moving each year. Geodetic plate motion lets us measure plates' motions directly, so when a whole continent moves somewhere a few centimeters a year, the GPS satellites can tell. The GPS allows us to find microplates that hide within the larger plates and look at the softer parts to help distinguish from the hard, rigid lithosphere and the smaller parts that move separately. It is based on the Earth's magnetic field and also helps determine the trajectory of plates. In every volcano eruption, there is iron minerals that are released and that pull towards the nearest magnetic pole, which also connects to the oceanic lithosphere. Geodetic plate motion is similar to the common GPS in the way that it works. It exists in satellites that go around the Earth and track the movement of the plates over time. The network of satellites are more stable than Earth's environment, so when a whole continent moves somewhere, the technology can tell. The satellites are expected to last around 10 years, and replacements are constantly being built and sent out into orbit. The common example of a GPS is that they work to help people find where they are, or to send information signals back to Earth about things such as weather or if there's trouble up in space. However, when it comes to looking at the tectonic plates and discovering microplates, the satellites can come in particularly handy. Looking at this picture, we can see the movement of the continents over time, from 250 million years ago to now, and we can clearly see the changes in the shapes in all the countries that we know now. This first graph shows that the centimeters of tectonic plates have moved over time. It looks at the two different sets of data for 9 different plates. The second graph looks at how far it moves per year, as well as noting the distance which moved, whether north, south, east or west. The oldest fossil found to have animalistic properties would be the metazoans, which stem from a worm-like fossil. One of the major processes that happened around 200 million years ago would be the evolution of mammals from a line of reptiles. Then around 65 million years ago there came the dinosaurs, at which time there was the beginning of a flowering plant which triggered radiation, meaning new groups of species flourished. Then there was a trend towards the cooler global climate, which occurred around 30 million years ago. This triggered the changes in different types of plants growing. Then humans began to appear on the timescale around 5 million years ago. We can see how we evolved from the apes in this video. Geological changes or extreme weather conditions can affect the Earth's surface. Earthquake, volcanic eruptions and floods are all disruptions and as a result can cause intense changes in the weather. It affects not only the environment, which include all the animals and plants, but the humans that live nearby as well. This is where plate tectonics come into play, as they are often the cause of these sudden changes. When two plates collide or run over one another, there results in changes in the environment and sudden formations such as mountains or craters. Our Earth has changed a lot over the past 200 million years, evolving from Pangaea to all the different places we know now. Evolution has not only affected us, but the millions of animal and plant species on Earth. We can also attribute many of the changes thanks to tectonic plates. While this may have been misunderstood, we now have the advanced technology to understand it. As Mueller said, it's like detective work. You have pieces of evidence and you have to find out who committed the crime. With more time and better technology, who knows what mysteries we will uncover and about what lies beneath the Earth in the future. Thank you.
created using Powtoon.